You know, it all is, quite frankly, a bit convoluted for people watching it. People are just seeing that, first of all, people want to go by the Constitution. Well, two constitutions. First of all, there's the national Constitution. Then there's also the Constitution of your party. Are you saying that everything, that the way both, there's only one party, but both segments of the party have been conducting themselves, is it an agreement with the Constitution of the party?
Yes, everything I said here is contained in the Constitution of the party. And you do know that the internal affairs of a party is out of the jurisdiction of courts. However, if the rights of people, if the rights of people are affected, the court will have to inquire. And more importantly, the court would have to be sure that you adhere to your Constitution. And all I have said are in the Constitution.
In the
so, for example,
yes.
Yes, in the party's Constitution, that the chairman will be the chief executive officer, that he will direct the secretary to convene, that he has the capacity to allocate responsibilities, meaning that even as I am as publicity secretary, the chairman can direct the deputy national secretary, can direct the deputy secretary, the secretary, and say, go and do the work that is meant for the publicity secretary. That is what we bound ourselves to. And the day I'm not comfortable with it, I resign and I leave. Because I was sworn to uphold this Constitution and the Constitution of the Federal Republic. So a Constitution is made for foreseeable circumstances, number one. It's also made to cater for things that may have happened in history. If you check, no other deputy is a member of the National Working Committee except the Deputy National Secretary. Something gave rise to that. And the Constitution now says that the Deputy National Secretary shall act in the absence, unavailability of the National Secretary, or if directed to do so by the National Chairman. So it means that whatever the Secretary can do, if the National Chairman directs, the Deputy Secretary can do.
All right.
If we have problems with that, when we go for a convention, we change the law. But as it is today, this is the law.
Okay. We have a viewer has called in, Pat, I believe. Pat in Port Harcourt. Good morning.
Good morning, Uncle Yori.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. We've been seeing this man and the other party people on your sister TV station. My question is, I'm not even saying they should not expel other people that they expel, because, Uncle Yori, let's tell ourselves the truth. They expel Wike and others because they are supporting other parties. Fine, no problem. But that Olabode just was just, supporting the other people. And if you notice all these people, when they've been talking, even Amechi, Erufai, they'll be telling you, even in their ADC, if they don't have anybody that will contest, whoever that will contest from any other party, they will support as long as they remove Tinubu. They are all parties and they should suspend all of them. Not only just Wike them. Even Bode Balatu was among the G5 before. Should be suspended if they really want to do this thing well. So it's not only because this one, all of them, they are beaten about the bush. So they know what they are doing.
Okay. Right. Well, thank you very much for calling in, Pat. Well, first of all, before we go any further,
can I just respond to that?
Okay, go ahead, please.
Okay, so I appreciate that call. Yeah, I appreciate that call and the concern of the caller. But you do know that before you act against people to determine their membership, you must give them the right to fair hearing. And if you're aware, you would know that a committee was set up to look into, a disciplinary committee was set up to look into those issues. Some people went to that committee, explained their circumstances and apologized and have turned a new leaf. Others have doubled down. Others have even threatened the party and doubled down on the things to which, from your very eye, you could see that is against the interest of the party. And so that is why the big stick was wielded against them. But you have seen others come to say, well, I was angry at that time. Look at the things you guys did. These are the things I didn't understand. And so I acted in that way. And so, because we are human, we're an opposition party that has come through a lot. And you know how the last convention went through, the elective convention went through, and the processes that came out from there. So some of those things, in the eye of the committee and the eye of convention, could have been excusable if the people have turned over a new leaf and have now started working in tandem with what the Constitution says. The problem is not falling. The problem is remaining down. The problem is not doing a thing. For example, even while here, in the process of answering a question, I may put the interest of the party in jeopardy, innocently. And remember that it is the intent that would determine whether I did it consciously to bring the party down. And I go back and they say, oh, you said this, and this isn't correct, and this is putting the party in bad light. And I say, oh, I'm sorry, I did it innocently because that is what I knew at that time. I apologize, I'll take steps to correct it. Mm-hmm. And the party, in its magnanimity, may now say, okay, not a problem, we'll watch you going forward. But if you look at the people who have been suspended, they have in public deprecated the party and worked clearly against, not just working in the past, they have informed us, given us notice that they work against us in the future. And so if we have to have a viral democracy that thrives on opposition, where the opposition must do its work of providing an alternative view to what government is doing, then you cannot say that those are opposition leaders. So the question is, why stay here to support government? If we agree, and for me, if it is the position of the PDP that, look, for any reason, we don't want to sponsor a presidential candidate against the president, assuming but not considering, it should be a decision of convention. It shouldn't be a decision of one person or a few people. The AD decided in 2003 not to sponsor a presidential candidate when President Obasanjo was a PDP candidate. I mean, it was a decision of the whole. It cannot be people working to sabotage the general disposition of the general. No, that wouldn't be good.
Okay. I have Benga in Abuja waiting to join the program. Good morning, Benga.